July the 17th, 1910, train number 111 left Louisville, Kentucky. And he called the North Flagman, something like this. Flagman gave him the highball signal, and he asked him back with 2 short blasts. Train leaving the yard. Here's his highball moon, which is leaving the town. Just down the road a little piece, a railroad crossing. Going down around Raleigh, North Carolina. Where are you going?
They got to go over here about Nashville, Tennessee, to see old Curly Sackler.
Tell him I said hello.
All right, look at them other boys over there. Johnny Cook and Martin Herbert. Wonder where they going?
I'm a dog Bono. Who's that other guy over there?
That's Bill Deaton.
Doggone good 880. You know, at the foot of the mountain, you had a knock in the driver, going something like this. Going down the mountain on the other side, he had a coaster going something like this. You know, way back about middle ways of the train, here's what I sung when I was riding the bumper. In 1898, sweet Elmer Hartsell met an awful fate. He was on one holy Sabbath day when her sweet life whirled away. It set my brains all in a whirl to think of that poor little girl who rose that morning fair and bright. They found her body in a mingled sight. It's caused a many a heart to grieve to think of such a horrible deed. Their friends, they shedded a many a tear. Her throat was cut from year to year, just as the wind did cease to blow. They caught the man, he were Tom and Joe. The sheriff, he drove in such a dash to get by the crowd, he couldn't hardly pass. They got to town about 7:30. Their necks were broke before 11. The people there were a sight to see. They hung Tom and Joe on the dogwood tree. Fathers and mothers, take warning from me. Never leave your children by themselves, you see. Take them with you wherever you go, and remember the crime of Tom and Joe. Goodbye, my little darling. Goodbye, my Julian. Goodbye, my little darling. I love you all I can. If I had needle and thread, as fine as I could sew, I'd sew my Julie to my side and down the road I'd go. If I have a darling here, her name is Julian, I'd sew my arms around her. I love her all I can. Goodbye, my little darling. Goodbye, my Julian. Goodbye, my little darling. I love you all I can. I pick my banjo in the morning, I pick it on my knees, and have it a little Julian parting for you to me. When I'm in the field hard at work, I sit down and pray while I'm thinking of my Julian who's been out away. Goodbye, my little darling. Goodbye, my Julian. Goodbye, my little darling. I love you all I can. Sure do, honey. I've lost my little darling. I'll find her if I can. I've lost my little darling. Her name is Julian. Hoop it up, beautiful gal. Hoop it up, Julian. Hoop it up, beautiful gal. I'll marry you if I can. Goodbye, my little darling. Goodbye, my Julian. Goodbye, my little darling. I love you all I can. Hoop it up, Julian. Hoop it up, little darling. I'll marry you if I can. I've taken my fun where I found it. I rambled a good part of my time. I've had my pick of the women, and four of them they were crying.
I bet you see a lot of them, don't you?
Yeah. One was an outcasted widow. One was a woman from Rome. One was the wife of a gambler. The other one a girl from back home.
Well, I bet she is pretty.
Yes, you was. Then I was ordered to Burma, acting in charge of prison.
to you. If I could write a letter today, this is the way that I would want to write it. Saturday, July 17th, 1971. Dear J.E., the weather is very pretty today and there's a nice breeze blowing through the trees. I've been busy this morning mowing and cleaning the yard. Just had dinner and was sitting out under the shade tree thinking about you. As you know, tomorrow the 18th was to be the big day for your birthday dinner we reminded you of several weeks ago. Mrs. Maynard told me how happy you were to see the wife and maid drop in to remind you. And she also told us how enthused you were and could hardly wait. And I remember you saying, boy, I hope that we have a big crowd this year. I just can't make myself realize that you're not with us anymore. And I talked with Mrs. Maynard on the phone last night, and she's doing fine. I told her that I couldn't believe that you were gone, and she said that she could hardly believe it either, and it seemed that she could see you coming out of the little record shop door. J.E., as you know, for a long, long time, you and I were the very closest of friends and had many good times together. I enjoyed working with you on the radio and on stage, and what a pleasure it was in the last days to get with you and talk about the good times that we had had. The records that we made together will always be most high in my treasure. The song that I wrote about you, the Ballad of J.E. Maynard, as you know, we had plans to do it over again, but I'm going to release it as it is. I can remember you asking me several times, A.P., what are we going to put on the other side? I told you I didn't know, and I really didn't either. I'm so glad, J.E., that one evening you came to me and asked me to take you to Nashville, Tennessee, the time that you were recognized in the Country Music Hall of Fame. My wife and I often get together and talk about what a nice time we had and how nice everyone was, especially Mrs. Joe Walker and Mr. Grant Turner. They made us feel so welcome. I could go on and on with this letter, but I must close now. May I take this opportunity, J.E., to thank you so much for everything. And when heaven's gates swing open wide for me, your smiling face I'm longing to see.
Was a day in a little log hut in the hills of Caroline. There was a new baby boy which to fill the house with joy. He didn't know what the future held in store. In a few years or so he took a fiddle and a bow. Brother Wade went along with the old banjo. Daddy John Love came along while George Marshall's out and gone. His brother Zeke was there to feel the pain. How do you do, everybody, how do you do? They said Maynard Mountaineer joining you. Open the door, let us in, and we'll want to come again. How do you do, everybody, how do you do? With the music we love to hear and the songs I love so dear, everyone just seemed to love those mountaineers. When heaven's gate opened wide, J.E. Maynard walked inside. Then these words we can all hear him say. How do you do, everybody, how do you do? This is Maynard Mountaineer joining you. Open the door and let us in, and we'll want to come again. How do you do, everybody, how do you do? open the door and let us in, and we want to come again. How do you do, everybody? How do you do? But in the morning at 7 o'clock, we all balled up and we all got hot. Hard time, they cut me aboard a hard time, you know. We all running the rope and all out. The devil's a mad and I can't get about. Hard time, and they cut me aboard a hard time, you know. Six man whistled in the overseas squall. You ought to see the super knock a hole in the wall. Hard time in the cotton mill, boy, a hard time, you know. We all running and the bells all flying, the ends all down and the spinners all crying. A hard time in the cotton mill, boy, a hard times everywhere. Don't the boss man think they're the stuff? They won't give us spinner's time, take a dip of snubs. Hard times in the cotton mill, boy, the hard times, you know. They end all down and they can't get about. I'm thinking about quitting and just walking out. Hard time, they got me aboard a hard time, you know.
In my arms, the love for you is still longing. Tears that I've shed with the air. I'd give anything to have you near me. In my heart, a spark of love still lingers there. No one will ever know how much I miss you, and I wonder if you will ever care. I thought that someday I'd forget you, but the love I had for you still lingers there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you a tape recording of yours truly, E.P. Williams, along with J.E. Minor.
We're just here at the old general store having a little conversation, aren't we, J.E.? Boy, I'll tell you one thing, J.E. You remember when we were playing over here in Charlotte, North Carolina, here a few years ago, you buying those cheese, and a box of crackers, and we'd be going down the road somewhere to play.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot when I get around the old general store.
We had a time over there at WSOC over there.
Oh, we sure did, yes, sir. We got a lot of mail over there, too.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, sir.
Well, we had so much, I just had to put you to reading the mail.
Yeah, we did. We really got the mail over there, and I enjoyed it, too. We've had some good shows, too, you know it?
Yeah, we did.
I know one time we went over here at this Wesley Chapel School and couldn't get them in. About half of them went home, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had, in fact, we'd have just knew it in time. We could have played a double show that night, but over half of them had done gone before we knew about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That school burned down over there.
That's
2
what
years
I
after
hear.
that,
I'm
too.
sorry to hear that.
Uh-huh.
We had
But-
a lot of friends over there.
But when we went back on our second show over there, we still had a good crowd,
Yeah,
didn't we?
that
Went
a
back-
bigger, that school full.
Yeah, we went back over there about a month after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After the first show, and we really had a good time. Jay, see, you got one of the old graphophones sitting over there. You know, Don Tucker and I, we talked a lot about the old graphophone and when he used to play some of your records. The old graphophone over there, J.E., Don and I, we were talking about it. And how long have you had that?
Well, me and my wife bought that graphophone, the EP in 1923, I believe it was. And we've heard some lots of good records played over that thing right over there.
Yeah, you bet. They don't make that kind of record anymore, though. They
No,
still got
sir.
some good ones, but the record that they used on that was altogether what I'd say a tougher record because the pickup arm was much heavier on that than it is on the newer models now.
Yeah, and the record was a whole lot thicker than these is now,
Yeah.
too. And in other words, I just think it's a straight-out better record.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say there was better material. Actually, it had to be to set that heavy pickup arm on there. If you had put that weight on one of the newer records, it just wouldn't last any time.
No, he cut it in two, wouldn't he?
It probably would. You know, I've got two of those things at home myself, two of the old graphophones, and I just wouldn't take anything for them.
Oh, I don't, I'm getting old, but I've got it sitting out here in the car shed, which I call my studio. I've got pictures all over the wall here, everybody. And I just call this my studio out here, and I just let it sit out there and look at it.
Yeah, well, that's good. It really looks nice sitting over there. And talking about the pictures over here, J.E., I see you got a fellow standing over there with the razor blade in his hand. He looked like he's fixing to cut somebody's throat. Who is that?
That's Reed Sumter, one of the three tobacco tags.
Is that right? Where's
Yeah.
he from, J.E.?
They're from Gastonia.
Gastonia, and he was one of the old original black tobacco tags.
That's right, yeah.
And is he still living, J.E.?
I don't know. I haven't heard from them boys in 15 years. I don't
Is
know.
that right? Some of the fellows, though, that get scattered out over the country, it's hard to keep up with them. You said Daddy John Love had passed away. How long has that been? About
It's been about 4 years ago.
about 4 years ago. That's something we didn't know about him until somebody wrote in or called in out the station there from Tucker Junction one night and asked me about it, and I told her I didn't know, but I would ask you. And I see you got some more. Now, these pictures down here that were made when I was working with you over at Charlotte, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's John Key and Vance Farrell. Where are those boys at now? They still around?
Vance Farrell lives right over here just in hollering distance to me, and John Key still lives back over here on the, I forget the name of the road anyway, it's right over from my house. It ain't very far over there.
Uh-huh. I see you got a larger picture up there, J.E., and that looked like the old Dominion Barn Dance or either the Grand Ole Opry. Where was that made at?
No, that was made over here at Charlotte, WBT in Charlotte, way back then when we was running that barn dance over at WBT.
Is that
Well,
right?
old man J.W. Fincher was handling it, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember that. But I didn't remember. In other words, I didn't know where the picture was made. But it does look quite a bit like some of the stars, fixed up at the Grand Ole Opry.
Uh-huh.
And they did have at that time, I remember, a good show on over here at Charlotte. And the other picture back there, that was a more recent picture over there too, wasn't it? Who is that?
This one over here on top?
Mhm.
Well, that top one yonder, up right side of me, is Price Saunders. Next in there, me got the fiddling down under there is Mitchell Parker. And on this side of him is Reed Sumter, two boys from down here around Biscoe.
Yeah. Well, that's a good picture. They're all good, J.E., and I especially like that one down there where they got the old house, you know, sitting under the big tree. It looks more like maybe a white oak tree with the small leaves there. And then you can see somebody over there with the fiddle, we might say, and another feller bent over there and another guy after him with a pitchfork. That's really good. It's just too bad we're not on television so we can let the folks out there in Radio Land see that is.
Well, that note on the end there with the fiddle is Steve Ledford, and that one down there is J.
In a little country village down the road, where everyone is friendly as can be. They smile and clap their hands while they pat their feet. They love country music, it's plain to see. When all the country boys come to town, at the old general store they gather round. They sing the song of old, the sweetest stories told, in that little country village down the road. It was only yesterday the children sing and play at the little old drum school not far away. As the bell rings soft and low, they knew it's time to go to that little country village down the road. In a little country village down the road, where everyone is friendly as can be. They smile and clap their hands while they pat their feet. They love country music, it's plain to see. When all the country boys come to town, at the old general store they gather round. They sing the songs of old, the sweetest stories told, in that little country village down the road.